Philip K. Dick and Ben Goetzel. But instead of trying to imitate them, I would rather create new works that they would have never imagined.
Okay. Well, that's incredible. Thank you for joining us today. I look forward to some growth and some future Namm Show.
On that last question, Jamie, it's an interesting point. So you could totally train a model on Jacob Astorius' bass playing, and the current state of AI technology, you can generate Jacob Astorius-like stuff. And what I find is, for maybe 15-20 seconds, it sounds just perfect, and it might be like some outtake out of the mirror. It's not going to do something new, lasting like 3 minutes or something, that has the sort of coherence and structure that Jacob would done. I don't think that's a permanent limitation, but that's where we're at now with machine learning technology, and that's much of the challenge we're looking at with our sort of AI developer hands-on is how do you enhance the neural nets that we use to model and predict music? How do you enhance it when you're going to abstract further? And part of that, in terms of neural symbolic modeling, has to do with making the neural net able to understand music theory. And then when the music theory is gives somebody abstraction that the AI can then use to be able to generalize better and play like Jaco over 3 minutes rather than 15 seconds. So that's sort of the research frontier now. But I think we're 1 to 5 years away from a big breakthrough with that and a bunch of other things. And that's one of the motivations behind Jam Galaxy project, is just gather more and more cool tool training data for that, not only from historical musicians, but the current ones. Because every musician should have their own machine learning model. So if people want the virtual Diane Krause in their band playing saxophone, they can just use her ML model jamming in their band, and then she'll get some tokens for her.
I still want to go.
Okay, well, I look forward to this. So, taking a slight twist here, as I mentioned before, that guitar has become an icon of our contemporary culture. It's exceeded about its utility, and music is much more than the technical application of us pressing a string, strumming a guitar, or hitting a drum. It has far-reaching effects, and so Sophia, believe it or not, is not the only United Nations guest that we have here today. We also have Joanne Tofflis, who's the director of the UNESCO Center for Peace, located in Oceanside, California. Herself an archivist and former UN executive, is also a member of the International Committee for Artists for Peace, and continues to inspire through all forms of art. Joanne, please come on stage here. Joanne is here on behalf of UNESCO to talk about creating a culture of peace through the arts, and appreciate if you would give her a couple of minutes of your time.
Well, thank you so much, Amy. I think you could all appreciate that this man is a genius by pulling all of this together, because he has a heart that represents a piece of work that's right in front of me called Emergence by Dr. Nick Hernandez, because we are at a space and time following the pandemic and all the violence that's going on in the world, where we need healing and we need to be unified and we need to be together. And the guitarists, to me, are people that have guitar strings that turn into heartstrings all over the world. I am a humanoid, and maybe not as pretty as these young ladies behind me, and I'm 76 years old, so scary at 2045 would be making me 100. Anyway, with technology it could happen. But I'm here to thank not only Jamie Gale and his family and all the people that work with him, Woods Cone Gallery, and Nick Hernandez, who created this masterpiece that won the first place in the Florence Biennale, and it has survived all these years because, believe it or not, it represents us rising. We have to rise from what's going on in the world today. And as humans, we know how to do that, right? I've been to 68 countries, and I've been in refugee camps, and I've been with soldiers coming back from war, and I've seen people with machetes chopping at each other from a helicopter above. It made me sick, made me cry, made me do PTSD. But everywhere I've been, somehow, in the misery and the suffering, I've heard a guitar. And the guitar players play for those orphans, and they play for those women who've lost their husbands and their sons and their brothers and their fathers. And it's always touched my heart. So I feel really privileged that I have this opportunity. And as far as technology goes, yes, I think there's a good intersection of what can happen in the future. We've all seen it. I mean, heck, what would we do without our microwave ovens? Simple as that, right? Or gas-powered car, or say, electric cars, stuff like that. So the guitarists have always been there, not in only places of sorrow and tragedy. We've had hurricanes, typhoons, fires here in California, all kinds of things. Again, somewhere where people are taking a break, someone always has a guitar. And when that music starts, it goes from the guitar strings to the heartstrings. And that's a fact. Yes. So the other aspect I wanted to just mention a few words about is what Jamie has done today is help us preview education, edutainment, as they call it. Because without education, you won't be able to move forward.
I would say I see her on a documentary. I want to put her so cool. I gotta restart this though. So close up.